Danesfort GAA Club was founded in 1922. It was a time of political turmoil. There was a lot going on in the world. There was a lot going on in Ireland, particularly coming out of the War of Independence from 1919 to 1921. I suppose in 1922, after the treaty negotiations, there were very differing views on whether people should support the treaty, the pro-treaty, the anti-treaty. And those type of conversations were going on in every household, and obviously going on in the households in the parish of Danesfort, Cuffs Grange, Burnchurch, Kells, all the different areas of the parish here. And what amazes me about that is that in the midst of all of that, you know, people were able to come together to form a club. When we're thinking about the centenary celebrations for 2022, we have to capture what the GAA really means to us as a community, and I think the best way of doing that is through art and music, song, dance, whatever, poetry. So we brought together a group of professional people, of professional artists. So Orla Tracy is a curator of the arts.
I just think that, especially I suppose within the GAA, because I grew up in a GAA-centric family, and I understood the value in the kind of grassroots community, kind of volunteerism that it instilled in people. And also I saw that there is real beauty and excitement and drama, you know, and creativity that happens in hurling and different, you know, GAA sports and things like that. And so I have been for a long time trying to look for ways to, I suppose, bring people together with both an interest in sports and an interest in the arts. There are lots of things going on in the plans for the centenary celebrations next year. One of the main things that we're working on at the moment is to create I suppose a theatre show really, but one that is all to do with engaging the community, the locals, to gather their stories, the history of Danesfort.
And not only the history of the club, but the spirit of the club and the day-to-day things that people go through in a club.
And to turn that into a show and to have that acted out by the locals of Danesfort, by the people of Danesfort, and to have it happen here at Danesfort GAA Club, and to use this club, to use the grounds as the set. Because what better set for a show about GAA than to have it at the GAA Club.
This idea of journeying through the history, like, you know, as we walk through the grounds. Janice de Vroha is going to be a director.
It is the biggest canvas I've ever painted on as a director, but that's like brilliant. It's like, I feel like a little bit like I'm in a playground, especially as, you know, because there are so many different groups of people and there are various artists and stuff involved, like Cindy, who's bringing this whole element of dance into it.
I am a choreographer, I'm a dance artist, a choreographer, performer and tutor. So I am going to be running a series of workshops with lots of the different people in the Danesfort community, with the idea that together we will build some dance stroke theatre work together, which will eventually be a performance of some description. I would really like to work with some of the teams, some of the players, the actual players as well. I would like to make a hurling dance. They're already dancing. To me, when I watch it, they're already dancing. It's just that I happen to be putting a frame around it called dance, and they're putting the frame of sports around it. That's the only difference.
We've got various groups of people from all over the place who are connected to Danesfort in one way or another, coming together to make something completely new and something that hasn't been done before or made before.
These are professionals in the arts, like, you know, and they're coming along, okay, and they're going to engage with the community over the next year, listening to people's stories, you know, looking at different memorabilia, engaging them creatively through different workshops. And I suppose one of the best ways that we can get everybody involved is to maybe look outside the sport. You don't just have to play hurling, you don't just have to play Gaelic football or camogie or handball. You know, there's a role for you like, you know, whatever your gift or talent is. I suppose when we think about a club which is embedded within a community, like, it's not so much about the games, it's about the community of people who come together. All of life is played out through our involvement in the GAA, like, you know, so our times of joy, our times of disappointment. Very often you will see at times of difficulty, like, you know, particularly around times of loss. It's at a time like that that you know what a club means. So for me, there's something really deep about that. And that's something that I think we're going to try and bring out centre stage, you know, to give it its time, like, to stand in the light of what GAA is about, because we all know the game and we all know going to Croke Park, you know, the sandwiches, the bars of chocolate and the roaring and the shouting and the screaming, like, that's all the stuff that we're very familiar with. But I think it's on a deeper level that, like, you know, it's how it connects us with each other. It's how it binds us together as friends and how it binds us together as a community and as one.